boys and girls, students of Buddhist Sunday School, parents, grandparents, teachers of Sunday School and moral education. May you all be well and peaceful. Today we are going to have a very different lesson, not the usual moral story or tales, Jataka tales, but instead we are going to have jokes and humor, and we will see how we can learn good moral lessons, Dharma, from the humor pieces shown at the PowerPoint. So we will share with you this PowerPoint called Lessons from Jokes for Students, right? So that is what we are going to show you, as you can see, right? Lessons from Jokes for Students. So let us launch the PowerPoint. Okay, so you will find it fun, entertaining, and you can laugh. Laughter is good for health, and laughter contributes to your physical and mental well-being. But at the same time, we can learn some good life lessons that will help you to solve your problems and to cope with the problems and trouble of life. So let us look straight away. The first joke. I'll read the joke to you, and then after that, we will look at the life lesson that we can learn from each of the jokes. One Kamaria. My daughter has a BSc, that is Bachelor of Science. And Mr. Chong, my son just graduated with a BE, Bachelor of Engineering. And Encik Ali said, last year, my nephew got an LLB, a Bachelor of Laws, lawyer lah, engineer lah, scientist lah. Then Encik Mutu said, haha, but my son is the only one with a JOB. JOB is a job, right? Because during that time, most of the graduates couldn't find jobs, you see. So that is just a piece of humor. Now, what lesson can we learn from here? Now, let us see. Don't speak with a boastful attitude. Now, if we, speak in a boastful way, people will not like us, right? So probably, I don't know, these people are boasting about their children, but if they are not, they are speaking sincerely, it's okay. The important lesson is do not be proud and boastful. That is the important thing, right? So that's the first one. Let's look at the second one. A mother noticed her little daughter praying. Please, Buddha, the little girl kept saying, use your power to make Teluk Intan the capital of Malaysia. Why did you make such a strange request? The mother asked. Because that's what I wrote in my geography test this morning. So you can see the humor there. Now, the capital of Malaysia, is Kuala Lumpur, and it's fixed. But this little girl, in a geography test, she wrote Kelantan as the capital of Malaysia. So she starts praying to Buddha to ask Buddha to use Buddha's power and make Kelantan. Now that is ignorance, not knowing the Dharma. So now let us see the life lesson that we can learn. Now, what is the life lesson? Be diligent and study hard. It's foolish just to pray. There is a proverb that says God does not help those who don't help themselves. If you don't study and you are not hardworking, no amount of praying is going to make you successful, right? So that is a very important lesson to know lah. To be hardworking, diligent, right? And just not pray for this, pray for that, but you don't do any work. How to get those things, isn't it? Very important. Now let's look at the third one. Little Mary, in my family, I'm scared of my mommy. And little Sabri say, I'm scared of my daddy. Little Sammy says, it's my granny I'm afraid of. Then little Mary asks, what about you, Chong? And you know what little Chong said? Oh, in my family, all the three are scared of me. Oh, imagine, the mommy, the daddy, the grandmother also scared of him. This is a joke, but you can see some very important lesson that we can think about. Now, let us see what the lesson is. Have a good character. So this little Chong probably has a very, very bad character, right? Naughty, and he's a bully at home, goes into tantrums, right? And of course, nobody likes a person of bad character. If he says that everybody is scared of him, right? That means he must be quite a child in terms of getting what he wants by maybe crying or shouting and so on, right? If not, then he's boasting, which is also not good, isn't it? So this is important thing, developing your character. And you must not be a bully. There are some children that bully their grandmother, the grandfather, and also the parents. And if the parents don't give them the things, they'll cry and you know throw tantrums, that we call. That is not good. Because later on, when they become adults, they also be like that. They may be bullies, or they may become people of bad character, right? Gangsters, psycho, and all those stuff. So you see this important lesson that you have to learn. Teacher, Sunny, if you have $5 and you ask your mother for another $5 lah, how many dollars would you have? And Sunny said, $5, sir. The teacher maybe got a bit annoyed. Simple arithmetic also Sunny doesn't know. You don't know your arithmetic. Sunny said, but sir, you don't know my mother? What he's trying to say is that right, if we were to ask the mother for $5, the mother would not give him the $5. So answer is $5 lah. So you see okay say it so you see the teacher maybe got a bit irritated but anyway, what is the lesson we can learn from here? Of course, probably the mother does not simply give him $5 because he simply spends the money. He's not a good boy that spends money wisely lah. So that's why he says this to the teacher. So what we can learn: be careful of your speech. Don't say bad things about your family or other mother. Maybe he had added more and say, my mother very stingy one. I asked $5 or so. She doesn't want to give me one. That's why you ask. I have $5. I asked my mother $5. What would I have? $5 or so. Because my mother is a stingy broker. So that is saying bad things about other people. So we must not do that. Right? Slander. Talk bad about others. So anyway, maybe this boy also could be playing the fool, right? So that is not welcome by the teacher. A husband phoned his wife from his office. The husband said, I've got 2 tickets for the fashion show in town, darling. The wife, that's wonderful. I'll start getting ready straight away. The husband said, you better do. The tickets are for tomorrow's show. Imagine. So you can learn a very important lesson, right? So of course, ladies like to make up, choose the dress and the shoes, the handbag. So when she said, wow, very nice news, going to the fashion show. I better start getting ready. That means to make up and choose the dress and so on. The husband said, better lah, right? Tomorrow is a show. I better start now. So from here, what do we learn? You must always be punctual, right? So you find there are some people, they are not punctual for things and let other people wait, right? And they dilly-dally. Dilly-dally means they waste time, They can't make up their minds, either they have to do this way, that way, and then cause unnecessary delay, right? So next time when you work in a team, you find that if you always dilly-dally, right, people will not like you, right? Why? Because you are wasting time, right? So make a decision and then don't unnecessarily delay things and make people wait for you. That is not a good habit. So remember, be punctual. Punctuality very important. And then also don't just simply waste time doing stupid unnecessary things and delay a project and cause other people to waste their time also. That is a important lesson. There's Dharma there also. You steal people's time, you see, when you're not punctual. Teacher to the doctor's daughter, right? So the daughter of a doctor. So the teacher more or less reprimanded or scolded her. Your grades are terrible. I shall send for your father. It means that the teacher wants to talk to the father to tell the father about the daughter, maybe not studying hard, playing the fool, so the grades are falling. But you know what the doctor said? If I were you, teacher, I wouldn't call my father. Daddy always charges $20 for each visit, You have this so-called smart girl, right? But it's not smart in a good way, right? That she tries to, answer back the teacher, and then she actually should speak honestly and say, teacher, very sorry, I will work better, and so on. And then he explained to the father, they have not been working very hard, I will improve next time. That's okay. But probably she has seen the daddy charging patient $20 for any home visit, right? But that is not a very nice way to tell the teacher, isn't it? Of course, it's a joke. So the lesson we can learn here is being well-mannered and using wise, proper speech is important. Otherwise, many will think lowly of you. Maybe this girl is not too polite or not so well-mannered, right? She just want to, maybe either play the fool with the teacher or, tell the teacher of something that she's so proud of, that the father is a doctor and earns a lot of money, whatever lah. But the point is, we must not be impolite, we must not be ill-mannered, and then the speech that we use must be wise, gentle, kind, nice, and not trying to make fun of another person and so on, right? If you speak with wrong speech, people will not like you. They will think lowly of you lah. And when many people do not like you and think lowly of you, life can be more difficult for you. Right? As other people like you and they think highly of you, they respect you, then life will be more pleasant and joyful for you, isn't it? So you see, so important this point. Now let's look at another one. An examination candidate who knew very little English once attended an oral English examination. The examiner, oral examiner, asked the candidate, "What is your name?" And the candidate replied, "Me, Chika Bumbe Ba." His name is Chika Bumbe Ba. He doesn't even know how to say properly. My name is Chika Bumbe Ba. Me, he pointed to himself or hit his chest, Chika Bumbe Ba. Then the examiner in the oral exam asked further, how many are there in your family? Berapa ahli keluarga? Berapa orang dalam family lah, keluarga? You know what the candidate say? Not many. How many is it? Not many. Me sister, me mother and father. The candidate doesn't know the pronoun me and my. All right. So pronouns I'm not sure. So instead of saying my sister, my mother, and my father, you say me sister, me mother, and father. Then after the examiner, has to give marks based on what she speaks or what he speaks now. So the examiner asks further, who does the cooking at home? Oh, the candidate doesn't understand already. So the examiner tried to help lah. After a long period of silence, the examiner tried to help. Well, your mother or your sister? I ask you, who does the cooking at home? Your mother or your sister? And the candidate very quickly replied, your mother. The candidate probably thought it's an objective question. The examiner asked to choose between your mother or your sister. They say your mother lah. Then of course maybe the examiner say, who do you think you are? You're so grand. My mother cooks for you. So it's a case of not knowing basic grammar in English of me, my, mine, and so on. But the lesson that we can learn from here is, right, you must learn and understand the language very well. Otherwise, you can face problems or make a fool of yourself. The standard of English today is very frightening. So you must take steps to improve more reading, right? More listening, more writing. So in this way, you improve. Then next time, it will be easier for you when you go for a job or even your university or when you interact with other people in society. And it won't be like this case, chika chika boombe ba, that candidate. So this is a very amusing joke. Actually, a similar case like this happened, one of my friends was an oral examiner in the rural area in Kelantan those days. This thing actually happened. So I got the joke from what my friend told me. Actual case. Number 8. Susie, how was the play you attended at the theater? Did he have a happy ending? Now, a play, like Shakespeare's play, or some very famous plays by other playwrights, where people act out the story, like Shakespeare, very famous, like Hamlet, Macbeth, Romeo and Juliet. All these are great works of art. So this Susie, probably a secondary student, it could be with her friends, went for this play, very educational. So when the mother asked her after she had come home, how was the play? Did he have a happy ending? Then the Susie said, yes, in a way. Everybody was very happy when it finally ended. So imagine they were all waiting to go back, waiting for the thing to end. They couldn't appreciate it. So nowadays you find many students, even university students, cannot appreciate the great works of the writers or the playwrights or the poets. Sad to say lah. So the knowledge is very little. Macam kata di bawah tempurung, that type. So the lesson we can learn from here. Are you an impatient and restless student? Have you become addicted to fast-moving video games of aggression and violence? Learn to appreciate great works of the arts, of literature, music, right? And then also paintings, many other fields, especially in the world of books, right? Great books that have been written. So, but nowadays you find many young people, they just interested in playing, don't know lah, what do you call it, Candy Crush, or don't know lah, Angry Granny, or don't know what lah. Now you have many of those, and they keep on playing all those violent games, and their knowledge does not improve, their mind does not expand. They just want the excitement, and all those violent feelings will be harmful for their minds. They don't read much, they don't watch very famous movies, or like this case, she cannot appreciate the play. So you have to think about this also. This is a hold up, right? Hold up. The thief came to the miserly old man. Hand over your money or else. The thief, wanted to rob the fella lah, right? Or to mark the fella and then to rob the fella. So he said, hand over your money or else. You know what the old man said? The old man shot back, or else what? Or else what? So the thief suddenly got confused already. He didn't know what to do. He said, please don't confuse me. This is my first job. This is the first time he's stealing or robbing. First job. Don't confuse me. He didn't know what to do already. I thought this is a joke. But then maybe you can reflect on this point of the life lesson. Extortion, to extort money. In school also you have the Buddhists extorting money. Stealing or robbery is a wrongful action. Right? In Dharma, you learn that a wrongful action. Stealing or robbery is not a good action. It has bad karma. And it will bring painful results or consequences and suffering later on, or maybe future lives. Later on in this life, you may be caught by the police, right? If not, you escape. But one day you will face the bad results of the bad karma. So don't resort to being a thief or a robber. So that is this one. Then there's this boy, naughty boy. You see, the word is naughty. Mommy, what will I get for my birthday? So the mommy said, close your eyes. Now tell me what you see. The naughty boy said, nothing, mommy. Then mommy said, that's what you are going to get for your birthday. Nothing. Of course, this boy is expecting a fantastic gifts or presents for the birthday lah. But you see the word naughty, which means that he has not behaved well, bad character, and all those bad traits. So the mommy is trying to teach him a good lesson. If you don't change your ways, you are naughty. This is what you get lah. Nothing for your birthday. But later on, probably the mommy will give him a present and explain to him. This is how you teach the kid. If you have bad behavior, you're going to suffer. So let us look at the life lesson. Naughty children do not deserve to get prizes or presents. Well-behaved ones will be rewarded. So in our Sunday school, we have the Hari Ucapan or prize giving day. Of course, they give prizes for best in English, best in Dharma, and then best in art and so on. But more important still, I believe, we give prizes for the monitors who carry out their work well, for the most responsible one, for the helpful ones. These people actually have good qualities. So we must reward such people. Not only getting all the A's, but turn out to be a crook. As now you have people who go to the university, come out and still cheat people's money, isn't it? So very important, moral character. So this is an important lesson from this joke lah. I'll go on to 11. The father says, now son, be good while I am away. The son say, okay, daddy, I'll be good for $10. Wow. Now you see, it's like a demand. You want me to be good? Okay, I'll be good for $10 only lah. Then the father was a bit annoyed already. Everything money, money. Father said, that's too much, son. When I was your age, I was good for nothing. So you see, the father actually meant that he was good and he did not get any money for being good. But he used the sentence, I was good for nothing. It's completely different, It means I was a useless fella, right? I was not good at anything, right? So I'm completely hopeless. What a shame, isn't it, to use this sentence? Because he did not know the meaning or expressed wrongly. So from here you see the importance of understanding the language, the words, the sentences we use. So let us reflect on this lesson. We can learn, be mindful. Or sometimes we are careless, we are not mindful. We must always think before we say things out. We must always think before we do, isn't it? Don't use words or sentences whose meanings you are not certain of. Check the words out in the dictionary or ask people before you use sentences or phrases or words that you are not certain of their meanings. Right? I know. I taught English for so many years. I find that So many, try to use all those bombastic words, the meanings they are not sure of, and the essay becomes a very weak essay. Whereas good ones, they're very clear. They know the meanings and they express in simple English, right? So this is a good lesson. Imagine the teacher said, the father said, when I was your age, I was good for nothing. Now you want to be good for $10. I was good for nothing. There's a different meaning altogether. Tan, please lend me $100. And then his friend Lim say, sorry, I have only $60. Then Tan say, it's okay. Let me have the 60 and you can owe me the other $40 lah. Wow, great cheat and con man. Huh? The friend Tan asked him to lend him $100, and the friend Lim said, Tan asked Lim, and Lim said, oh yeah, I have only $60 lah. And Tan said, now mind lah. Then you let me have the $60, you still owe me $40. Wow, you borrow money from people and now you say this. Of course, it's a joke. One point I want to say is be careful about the word lend and borrow. Many people mix up. Please lend me your book. May I borrow the book from you? So don't simply use wrongly. So this is a joke, but there's one important lesson we have to learn. Beware of dishonest, cunning friends. Tan, a very cunning person, out to cheat you. Today, you have so many con men around. You have people, educated people, accountants also, teachers, right? Even the day I read one doctor, educated people, and they become victims of con men, or what we call scams, and lose, 20,000, 30,000 because they were cheated, right? Cannot think clearly and wisely, maybe due to greed, due to delusion. And some ladies become victims because of love affairs, thinking that the other side who's a con man, right, can be the person's boyfriend and can be the girl's boyfriend and so on. So beware, be careful of dishonest, cunning friends, not really friends. They out to cheat you. So this is a good lesson we can learn. Robber, hand over your money or I'll shoot you through your heart. This young man, he said, shoot me lah, because I need the money for my old age. Of course, quite illogical, right? But this is a joke, right? So sometimes you find that the robber may encounter a situation that he doesn't know how to do. Actually, he's in fear also. He's in fear. So he's afraid that, something will happen to him and so on. So he's in the wrong line of livelihood now, right? So if he earns his money through an honest way, different, he won't have peace lah, and it is a wrong action to rob another person. So let us look at the lesson. People who resort, or who use violence and killing. Of course, you read in the paper so many cases of violence, killing. Do you know that such actions are unwholesome actions? What in Pali we call akusala karma, which means bad karmic actions. And one day this bad karma will ripen and you will face the consequences, suffering, right? There will be suffering. If it doesn't happen this life, it will be the next life, future life, you'll be reborn in suffering states. So never get involved, right, in these sort of actions. Killing, stealing, robbing, right? Cheating, all those stuff. That's an important moral lesson. Molly says, Mommy, please ask for a new teacher for me lah. Of course, I added the la, it's not too good English. And mother said, why, darling? And Molly says, my teacher can never make up her mind. The day before yesterday, she said 5 and 4 make 9. Yesterday, she said 2 and 7 make 9. And today, she said that it's 3 and 6 that make 9. No use lah, mommy. This sort of teacher, better get a new teacher for me. Imagine, you have these children like this. But of course, the lesson is one pertaining to ignorance. So let us look at the life lesson we can learn from this joke. When ignorance rules the mind, there is confusion and the lack of confidence. Right? That means you don't know. You are ignorant. Or in Hokkien we say gong tai tai, gu chi. So your mind gets confused. You know? Just like this little girl confused that the teacher is lousy. And because of the confusion, the confidence is lost. So very important, we must learn. We must learn hard, very diligent in our getting of the knowledge. And then through the Dharma classes, we get the wisdom. So you see, we can learn important life lessons from just an entertaining joke, right? Okay. First teacher, too bad. Tan Ah Chong has the best attendance record in the class. The second teacher was surprised. Why should this be bad? Because second teacher doesn't know who this Tan Ah Chong, the student, is lah. The first teacher said, right? He also has the worst discipline record in the school and yet every day comes to school and gives us all a big headache So he say the teacher, first teacher is saying that too bad Tan Ah Chan Tan Ah Chong has the best attendance record every day present one So second teacher say every day present should be better They say no he has the worst discipline record in the school gives us a lot of headache. I don't know what to do So you can see from here, very important lesson for you students. And what is that lesson? Students who are ill-mannered and lacking in discipline are undoubtedly disliked by many, his classmates, teachers, and other elders. Right? So these students have a lot of the discipline problems, counseling, all methods fail. So teachers also having a hard time. So I will get high blood pressure, I think. I'll get stroke. So you see, when you think of this, I say, oh, if I have bad manners, I must change. Otherwise, I cause people suffering, isn't it? Right? So I must change my bad ways. So this is a very important point, right, for students that if you are well behaved and you have good discipline, right, all the good qualities of a student Oh, I tell you, the teacher will set me, will be very, very happy. And later on in life, you'll be very successful, right? So this is number 15. Number 16. This girl tells the boy. The boy is tackling the girl. So the girl, right, told the boy, you remind me of the sea or the ocean. Oh, this boy was very flattered because he didn't know what the girl was trying to say. When the girl said, you remind me of the sea or the ocean, the boy said, why? That's nice. You mean I'm wild, restless, and romantic? The girl, they know you make me feel sick. Because when you're on the sea or the ocean, rough waves, you get seasick. So you see from here, important, you must know your weaknesses, your character, your bad habits, right? Your bad manners, and all your unruly ways. The unruly ways will be like, something, not a gentleman, very rough ways, rude, and so on. So if you don't change, you will get a terrible consequence or effect. People will tell you, you make me feel sick. So therefore, the wise person examines himself and then takes steps to correct all the wrong things, the bad habits and so on. Right? 17. This girl in a romantic mood. So ask the boy, Tom, can you say 3 words that will make me float in the air? Actually, the girl is hoping because she is in a romantic mood. That Tom will say, I love you with 3 words. But Tom doesn't like this girl. Maybe she has bad traits or whatever. So Tom said, go hang yourself. 3 words, go hang yourself. So you'll be floating in the air. But that's not a good speech also, right? So maybe both sides also have their weaknesses. One, not proper speech, and the other one, maybe of not so good character. But anyway, let's look at what lesson we can learn from here. Some do not realize their bad character is annoying other people, right? So like this girl maybe, right? She doesn't have a good character. She's annoying people. So Tom, really said words that really insulted her, right? So whatever it is, both sides, the girl, if she is not aware of her bad character and bad ways, she must think out, reflect, right? That her bad traits are causing people annoyance, disturbing people. So got to be mindful and improve on the character, right? And Tom should not actually use such harsh words also, right? So that is the lesson you can learn. Customer in a restaurant, waiter, what kind of a drink is this? I ordered guava juice, but this tastes like kerosene. The waiter, sorry sir, that must be apple juice. Our guava juice here tastes like soap. Wow, adding salt to wound, isn't it? The customer is complaining that the drink that he ordered guava juice, but it's like minyak tanah, kerosene. And the waiter say, sorry, I think I gave you the wrong thing. That must be apple juice. Because if it's guava, our guava juice tastes like soap. Ayo, like that. Even worse, isn't it? So telling all the wrong words. So that is a terrible thing. So let's look at the lesson. When one uses foolish explanation, of course, this waiter is using foolish explanation to handle complaints. He will get into trouble. He doesn't know the way to handle patients and so on. So knowledge and wisdom are very important things, So you can see, And let's look at another one. The teacher asked his students to draw a ring. As expected, all the students drew objects with circular shapes because they have in their mind wedding ring, engagement ring, diamond ring, all drew the circle. But one little boy drew a square, So the teacher walked around and asked, why have you drawn a square? Teacher asked. Mine is a boxing ring, sir. The boy replied. So he's different from the rest, He drew a square because he said he's drawing a boxing ring. A boxing ring, is square in shape, isn't it? So when you look at this, you find for me, it is all right if a student is thinking out of the box and not the usual way. As long as he's not playing the fool and he is sincere, in fact, I will give him credit because it's quite logical. You didn't say what sort of ring, a ring, so he's drawing a boxing ring. So we must always respect other people's opinions, even though they do not share the same thing as the other students, right? And then Peter, Daddy, I got 100 marks in school today. Father, why? That's wonderful. Well, what did you get 100 in? Peter said, 30 marks for maths, 50 marks for English, and 20 marks for science. Altogether, 100 marks. Wow, very smart. Very smart boy. Right? Of course, the father was very mad. So, you see, students must take their education seriously and try their best to realize what they are capable of, their potential. This particular boy probably is lazy or complacent, self-satisfied, not trying his best and not being hardworking. So 30, 40, wow, this type of student, wow, I tell you, teachers and parents also not happy because they are not trying their best, right? They are just lazy. So these are the 20 jokes, right, that we can share with you. So to end, right? So you can see now we have come to the end already. Hope you enjoy the jokes and learn the lessons. May you learn many a life lesson from the humorous presentation. We learn important educational points, life lessons that will help you later on in life. And also many points of Dharma are conveyed, right? So I thank you and all the teachers and parents and grandparents who follow this presentation. It's raining heavily outside, so the noise is disturbing already. So we have to conclude by saying sadhu 3 times, right? Sadhu, sadhu, sadhu. May you all be well and peaceful.